Hi everyone, this is my first video. I'm going to show you how to make download emulators from a site. You need to open up your web browser. Once you're on your web browser, you use a search engine. Now my search engine is my home page, and my personal favourite one for emulators is Emu Paradise. Easy way to find it in search engine, EMU. Brings it up in the search bar. It's pretty well searched. Once you selected it, it'll bring it up. Now it's the top one. Just click that and it'll bring you onto the page. To find the emulators, you need to go to the left hand side. It says featured sections. You'll have ROMs, ISOs and games, emulator section, video games, music, magazine, comics, guides and etc. Now what you want to select is emulator select section. Once you've selected that, it will bring up all the different systems. The most recent one that this site has is the PlayStation Portable. I mean, it's probably one of the most recent ones. There's PlayStation 2, and I believe somewhere there's a Nintendo GameCube as well. Now I'm going to select Nintendo 64 because it's an easy, simple system. Once you've done that, it brings up your selection of devices that you're downloading it to. Now once you've done this, you basically need to choose which one is to your system, and I'm going to choose Windows because my computer is a PC, it's a Windows one. Now the top one is the one that's downloaded the most, it has the least amount of bugs, it's the one that's probably the rated highest. So you just click that and it'll open up another web page. Alright, once it's opened up the web page, you will go down and you need to find this section where it says download, and it'll say the name of the emulator. Now some emulators do need extra files, but normally easy to find these files and put them in place. There will always be someone on the forum that has already figured it out, and they can often help you. And you just need to click this and it'll open up a small box in the bottom. Now once it's brought up this small box in the bottom, you just need to click run. It's asking you if you're sure you want to download this. Now it'll bring up a box saying there's a warning. Don't worry about it, it's just the internet security. It scans it anyway. If there was really any problem, it would really try and stop you, but there's no problem. I've never had any problems with this. I've used this site on so many different computers, there's never been a problem, never any viruses. So you just need to select run. Now there will be a pop-up. Now on the video you won't be able to see this pop-up, but it'll ask you, do you want to allow the following program from an unknown publisher to make changes to this computer? Just select yes, because it's nothing major, it's just a simple program that allows it to run. Now it'll bring up the public licensing. Now the public licensing is just to make sure no one makes money out of this emulator that they've made, because they took a lot of time into it and it's not fair for them. So they've made this. If you break the terms and conditions, they can come down on you pretty hard. But I won't worry about that because you're just going to play on it, you know, it's somewhat to have fun on. Now just accept it and they'll ask you to install. Click install. Now this one in particular opens up straight away once it's installed, and it'll ask you to activate a ROM. Now I haven't got any ROMs at the moment, so I'm just going to cancel that and drop down this. On the exact same page you'll be able to access from the ROMs. Now the ROMs are in the same section, the featured sections. ROMs, ISOs and games, you just select that. Now depending on what game emulator you're using, you're obviously going to select the one that is corresponding to it. Now I'm using Nintendo 64, so I'm going to select Nintendo 64 ROMs. Now when you go to it, there'll be the file name of what you want to download. Now they'll have a little bracket with some letters in. USA is obviously America, and then you have Europe, which is EU, and you got all the other countries. I can't remember most of them, but USA and Europe normally work on everything. Now I'm going to select Mario Kart 64 because it's a really easy system, really well known. Just need to select that and it'll bring up the page. Now scroll down and you come to some talk between people, how they're rating the game and that, and you get some videos. You can scroll through them just by clicking, have a look at what the graphics are like. I mean obviously it's an old console, they ain't going to be fantastic, but it's still enjoyable. Keep scrolling down, you've got a couple of fast download links. You just need to copy them to the search bar if you want to, but it's easier just to click download Mario Kart 64 from the direct download links. Now what it'll do is it'll most likely open you up on another page, and 9 times out of 10 there'll be a security code they have to put in. You just need to type it in. It'll come up quite playing, it will play, and then you'll have a type bar underneath, and you just have to put the words in that it shows. It's very easy to do, and you'll verify. It'll put you back on this page, and then you select Mario Kart 64. Now what you're going to do is save as. Do save as. I'm going to make a quick folder on my desktop. It's easy to find that way. So make a folder. N64 games. I'm just going to save it into this folder. Quick save. It takes seconds. You'll just put it in there straight away. Now it's going to ask you to open it. There's no point because you're just opening up data. It's not going to work anywhere. Now you close that small bar down at the bottom. You close down your web browser. Unless you want to look for some more, then you keep it open. You repeat the process for whatever games you find in. Now you need to obviously reopen the emulator that you minimized earlier, and what you want to do is select File, Open ROM. Now once you open ROM, it's going to bring up a menu, and you just need to select where you've made the file. Now I made mine on desktop to make it really easy. Nintendo 64 games. Now you select it, take a few seconds to start up. Once it's started up, it will play. Once you're playing, you get to mess around with it. Now I've had to pause it because you won't be able to hear me over this, but it will run fine, and you can mess around with the save places, recent ROMs, things like that. There's edit for your cheat codes, Windows options, ROM properties. There's your play, pause, reset. You've got all these different things to do. There's even screenshots you can take. Plugins, you can mess around with that. Find what you want. Net play, some things do, some things don't. To help, it'll tell you about manual and all that lot. I mean, if you go in the manual, it should somewhere find the controls. And normally it's pretty simple to use. It's just really good because you can always get yourself games that you really miss. I mean, personally, I miss Nintendo 64 because I'm a softie for the classics. I like my Mario and the old Pokemons. I mean, I don't care what people say, they are all classics and they'll never change. Anyway, I hope you found this video very informative and enjoyed it, and I hope you will use the site and like this video. Thank you very much, and watch out for some more videos by Crowlaz.